Hey guys, it's Hannah Saber from HR Images. In today's video, I will be talking to you about the Sony a7 III. I'll be comparing the autofocus against the a7R III. Everyone's been asking me a lot of questions. How does it power up against the a7R III with IAF and autofocus, especially if you're underexposing the images, where like the a7S II, for example, it hunts and it struggles to find focus, especially if it's underexposed or if it's underexposed. But in saying that, the a7S II doesn't have phase detection autofocus. But I will be doing a comparison against these two and showing the differences in the autofocus, especially with IAF. I will be using it with the 55mm Zeiss f1.8. I picked one of the fast autofocus lenses, so to make it fair when I'm comparing these two. So I will be doing multiple videos as we go. This video will be more on autofocus, and I'll do one in low light images for stills. So stay tuned. So with the autofocus, if you watch how it just nails the focus very quick with the a7 III and the 55mm Zeiss. If I press, I have the IAF set to the center button. So if I press that, it locks onto her. Felicity, come forward. And you can see how it just tracks onto her eyes. Come, keep going. And it just follows her, so keep going. So now she's out of the frame. Now if she goes back into the frame, watch how it just picks up straight away. So no matter what, even the car's coming behind her, it's still following her in with the focus. She's turned around, she's lost her eye. Now she's turned back. You can see how it just picked up. So Fifi, if you run to me, watch how it just follows her and tracks her. Keep running backwards. Good girl. And then look at me and run to me. Look how every shot, basically, it's nailed the focus as she's running towards the camera. So that's with the a7 III. So now I'll go down and we'll change it over to the a7R III. With the a7 II, just like the a7 III, when you are underexposed, at least by 2 stops or more, it still picks up on the focus, as you can see. So when you're shooting it with these two cameras, when you're using it in low light, these two cameras, no matter what, will pick its subject that you're trying to focus on in low light. Even the IF, as you can see how it's still tracking onto my daughter. The box, because she's far away, it will go into a green box instead of just on her eye. So this is now the a7 III. Same thing. The AF is quick and fast. So if I go in, change it back to continuous. Okay, Felicity, walk towards me. Just watch her, keep coming. And just look how it just follows her, the a7R III. Go back. It picks up very quick. So if I go back, run back in. So no matter what, with the a7 III, it just picks up on the eyes. If I go into continuous in burst mode, go back, Fifi. Yep. Now run to me. So if we just quickly, same thing with the a7R III, everything is basically nailed in focus. And it just tracks my daughter very well. Even with the a7 III and that, if I sort of go underexpose, it still finds the target, the subject. The focus still locks on, even when you're extremely underexposed. It's underexposed by 2 stops, and as you can see, with the green box, it still picks up on the focus with the a7R III. So that just gives you a bit of a quick test between the focus and the IAF in both the a7R III and the a7 III. Now, as you can see from looking back at the camera, unfortunately I don't have an external monitor to record. I will probably eventually invest in one, but at this stage I don't have one, so I do apologize. But as you can see with just how fast the focus catches up to with the a7 III and the a7R III, especially IAF. Both cameras in low light, especially if you're underexposing your images, for example, you're not going to underexpose, but just gives you that low light test. where it's completely dark in the foreground and you can still pick up on the subject. Even the IAF as well will pick up on the subject, even being underexposed or in extreme low light. These two have been phenomenal with autofocus. Now, I don't know with the A9 because I don't have the A9, but the A9 is said to be faster. It is faster than the A7R3 when I had tested it. The A7R3 is fast, but not as fast as the A9 I did find. Now, these two, comparing them, it's very hard to sort of tell on which one was faster, but the a7 III might have a slight edge in it, but I couldn't sort of work out 100%. It was sort of hard. It's hard to tell because the focus is perfect in both of them. Build quality wise, the a7R3 feels a bit more rugged and a bit heavier, opposed to the build quality in the a7 III doesn't feel as heavy and rugged like the a7 III. The build quality is different in the a7 III, but in saying that, they're both really built well. People do ask what is better, should they leave a7 III to the a7R3 or vice versa? Well, it depends on what you're shooting. If you shoot with and you need megapixel, like me when I shoot events and stuff, if I have an 85mm and I can't be bothered changing on my 7200, I will switch to crop mode. So it gives me the advantage, which will come down to roughly about 18, 20 megapixels from memory. Whereas the a7 III, when you switch in crop mode, you're getting about 10 megapixels. So you're still getting more megapixels with the a7R3. So this is why I choose it. If you shoot a lot of weddings and events and you don't need the megapixels, the a7 III, even though they say it's a basic model, it's not basic. It's got everything in it, which I don't know. Sony's called it basic model to show the competition. Even on their basic model, they put a lot of high-end stuff in it. It's, you know, even though it is top end with the a7 III, the a7R3, they still have things in it that will beat the a7 III as well as the a9. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope it gives you a bit of help with autofocus. Please do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification button as well to get notified for any future videos. I'll be working on more with the high ISO for low light and different sort of things with the both cameras. So stay tuned. If you did like the video, please like and share as well. Until then, guys, see ya.